Hi, this is Jason with Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 12-inch action collection Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Episode 1 toy line from Hasbro from 1999. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the figure. Alright, so take a look at the figure. So here we have Obi-Wan and, beautifully done 12-inch figure. I mean, you don't get 12-inch figures like this anymore with, the whole Barbie doll style, like clothing, like extremely, well done detail. I mean, these figures weren't that expensive when they came out. I think they were like $20 when they came out. And you couldn't get anything like this for $20. But I mean, really, really nice detail on this guy. So, he has a hood that can come off. And his cloak looks absolutely fantastic. And the way this is done to keep this looking like this, there's actually rubber bands, or straps on the inside that are actually elastic that actually help keep that in place. And we'll kind of pull his cloak off. His cloak is a little bit more difficult to pull off than the other guys. Getting him out of his cloak, he looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, the detail on the tunic and the layering that's done is really top notch. The detail on the belt looks fantastic. I love the weathering look and kind of leather that they, basically painted on or molded into these rubber boots. It just looks top notch. He's got molded hair, and then he's actually got his Jedi, his Padawan hair right there. And they actually have the rubber bands in there now. They're actually falling apart and breaking because of how old this is. This came out in 1999. And as we move on to the back, he's actually got his ponytail, which the rubber bands are already snapped off. But I mean, the continuation of his Jedi, cloak goes on to the back. So I mean, really, really good attention to detail with this guy. As we move on to his lightsaber, he's got a really nicely molded lightsaber that has a little clip that can clip on his belt, which I showed earlier. And this blade is actually fully detachable, so you can detach the blade. And you can, technically, with any of these 12-inch figures, you can put any blade into any lightsaber and change the color if you wanted to. And for a size comparison, here we have the Obi-Wan next to the Qui-Gon in the same series. And they look really, really fantastic together. Now, I do think that they kind of hit the Ewan McGregor likeness much better than the Liam Neeson likeness, but I mean, they're still not too bad. I mean, with him, I even think if they were to thin his face out, it would probably be almost a perfect look to it. I mean, the only problem with these figures is obviously the hands are kind of large. They definitely have larger hands than what they feel like they should. But I mean, overall, really nice articulation. I mean, his arm can move. He's got movement at the bicep. He can rotate at the wrist and kind of move this way with the wrist. And he's actually got rubberized joints like his elbow, and they're actually movable. You can actually crank them in, and they got like a nice hard sounding joint. Same thing with the kneecaps. You can kind of pop it in place. So I mean, they definitely have articulation on these guys, which is really, really nice. But they're rubberized. Their body's actually rubberized. So as far as the overall look to them, for a 12-inch figure back in 1999, they're extremely well done. They even kept with the color palette correctly, where it might be hard to see, but as far as their cloaks are concerned, here's Obi-Wan's and here's Qui-Gon's, and they got that darker look to them for the Qui-Gon. So they even kept with that, which I thought was really cool. They could have just made the same cloth and the same cloak and made it the same every single time and probably saved a lot of money, but they took the extra step and the extra mile to get them to, be film accurate for the most part. But the biggest problem with these guys is they're hard to stand. You can see Qui-Gon, I kind of have him leaning forward just because the boots are so poofy and so thick, it makes it difficult for him to stand. But really fantastic 12-inch figures. I love these guys. I mean, I think if you display them correctly, I mean, a lot in a case with like Hot Toys, most people wouldn't even know the difference. They just say it was, an extremely well detailed figure, and I really enjoy these guys. But once again, this has been Jason with Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.